Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Local Government. Minister, the local government elections have concluded and I thank the Electoral Commissioner and his staff for doing a great job. But Minister, it wasn't all plain sailing. This was the first time for compulsory voting in local government elections, which caused some concern with voters. For a start, participation was low. For these council elections, participation was around 85%, while for state and federal elections we see about 92%. Secondly, because local government is a postal ballot, we have to suffer the vagaries of Australia Post, which commits only to mail delivery times of up to 4 business days. How many ballots arrived after closing time, I wonder, or have been lost? And I'm sure you would have fielded many queries, as I did, from confused voters who wondered why their neighbours received ballots and they did not. The uneven delivery of ballots caused a lot of confusion and concern. Minister, now that voting for local government is compulsory, should the postal ballot be scrapped and councils brought into line with state and federal elections with a polling day at traditional booths?
Mr Speaker, I thank the honourable member for her question, and she's not the first person to raise this with me since the completion of the local government elections. I ran into a couple of recently re-elected members at the Diwali festival on Friday night who raised exactly the same question. I'm actually, as local government minister, incredibly proud of the 84.79% turnout for local government elections, particularly as it compares with only 58.7% at the last local government election. So I think that for the first local government elections under compulsory voting, that's a massive success and something we can build on for the future. In terms of where we go from here, Mr Speaker, the Electoral Commission will undertake the review that they always undertake after an election, particularly in this case, obviously, with the introduction of compulsory voting for the first time, and there'll be a number of questions that I would imagine the Electoral Commission will deal with in relation to that review. One of them will be the efficiency of postal voting and postal voting going forward. I am open to the discussion around having a polling day for local government elections going forward, but I'm not wedded to the idea either. I think it's a discussion we need to have. But even if we did go to a polling day, we would obviously still have the option of postal voting like we do with state and federal elections. So I'm open to suggestions from members of this place or members of the community. I'll make sure that when the Electoral Commission undertakes the review of the recently completed election that the consultation period is made public and everybody is made aware of the fact that they can feed into that particular review. Once the results of the review have been provided both to myself and publicly, I'm more than happy to have a conversation about where we go in the future in terms of conducting local government elections. If we can make it more efficient, if we can get the 84.79% up to the participation rate that we've got at local and state, at state and federal elections, then I'm open to any suggestions on how we do that.
Opposition Leader.